Turn off the light, and something ancient wakes up inside you. You are a grown adult. You know, with total certainty, that nothing has changed in the room. The same walls, the same furniture, nothing has entered. And yet, in the dark, your heart beats a little faster. Your ears strain. Some small primal part of you is suddenly, quietly certain that you are not alone. We treat this as a childish thing, something we're supposed to grow out of, but almost no one ever truly does. That flicker of unease in the dark stays with us for life, buried just beneath the surface. Why? Why would evolution build a fear of nothing, a fear of the simple absence of light? The answer is that it isn't a fear of nothing at all. It is one of the oldest and smartest survival instincts your ancestors ever had, and for 2 million years, it kept them alive. Start with a simple, brutal fact about your body. You are a creature of the day. Your eyes are built for sunlight, for color, for detail, for a bright world. And that brilliance comes at a cost. When the light fades, your vision collapses. In true darkness, you are, for all practical purposes, blind. You cannot see the ground at your feet, let alone what waits beyond it. Now think about who does not go blind when the sun goes down: the lion, the leopard, the hyena. Eyes built to gather the faintest light, to turn night into a hunting ground. For millions of years, when darkness fell, the balance of the world flipped. The daytime belonged to us. The night belonged to them. So picture your ancestor out on the open ground as the last light drains from the sky. They cannot see, but they can be seen. Somewhere in that darkness, something with far better eyes may already be watching, moving closer, silent. In that world, the dark was not the absence of danger. The dark was danger. It was the time you were most likely to be hunted and least able to defend yourself. And an animal living in that reality had better feel something when the light goes, better feel that cold prickle of alertness that says, "Be careful now, you are prey again." So here is the key idea, and it changes how you should think about fear itself. Your fear of the dark is not a flaw, it is not weakness, and it is not childishness. It is an inheritance, a finely tuned survival instinct, passed down to you across 100,000 generations of ancestors who had very good reasons to be afraid. Think about how evolution shapes a trait like this. Imagine 2 early humans. One of them feels nothing when night falls. Calm, careless, happy to wander into the dark alone. The other feels that deep unease, stays close to the group, close to the fire, alert to every sound. Which one is more likely to survive the night? Which one is more likely to live long enough to have children and pass on the way they feel? Over enough time, the answer writes itself into the species. The careless ones were, again and again, quietly removed from the story. The cautious ones lived, and so their caution, that instinct to fear the dark, became part of what it means to be human. You are afraid of the dark because you are descended from the ones who were afraid of the dark. The fearless ones, too often, did not get to become anyone's ancestor. That flicker you feel is not a bug in your mind. It is a message from the deep past, still doing the job it was built to do, keeping you alert when you cannot see. But here's a subtle thing worth understanding. It may not be the darkness itself that you fear. It is what the darkness does to your mind. The real terror of the dark is uncertainty. In the light, you can see that the room is empty, and your brain relaxes. In the dark, your brain loses its most powerful sense, sight, and it hates that. So it does something clever and a little cruel. It fills the emptiness for you. With no information coming in, the mind begins to guess. And when survival is on the line, it does not guess safe, it guesses dangerous. That shape in the corner becomes a figure, that creak becomes a footstep. Your imagination reaches into the blank darkness and paints it with the worst possibilities, because deep down, a brain shaped by evolution knows that it is far better to imagine a predator that isn't there than to ignore one that is. This is why the dark makes everything feel worse. Every worry, every sound, every fear. It isn't that the night is more dangerous than the day in your safe modern home. It's that the night takes away your certainty, and an anxious, ancient part of the brain rushes to fill that void with threat. Your ancestors' minds were tuned to that same setting. A rustle in the grass by day might be the wind, the same rustle in the pitch dark when you cannot check. Better to assume the worst and be ready. The ones who assumed the worst and were wrong 1,000 times lost nothing. The one who assumed it was the wind and was wrong once lost everything. And this is exactly why fire meant so much more to our ancestors than warmth. When they learned to keep a fire, they did not just push back the cold, they pushed back the fear. A fire gives you the one thing the dark steals away, the ability to see. Inside that ring of light, the uncertainty lifts. You can see the faces around you. You can see the ground, the edge of the camp, the space where a threat might come from. The brain, given back its sight, finally calms. And beyond the firelight, the fear had a real job to do. The dark still held predators, but now their eyes glowed at the edge of the light, held back, unwilling to cross. The fear of the dark and the safety of the fire worked together. The fear kept you close to the light, and the light kept you alive. This is why, even now, a fire in the dark feels so deeply, powerfully safe. Why a candle, a campfire, a single warm lamp can turn a frightening night into a cozy one. That feeling is 100,000 years old. It is the ancient relief of the one who finally has light again, in a world that spent most of its history in the dark. The dark meant danger, the fire meant safety. And that pairing is burned so deep into us that we still feel it today, in a world of electric light where the old predators are long gone. So why hasn't it faded? The lions are gone. Your bedroom is safe. Why does the instinct still fire? Because evolution is slow, far slower than the world we built. For millions of years, the dark was deadly. We have had bright, safe nights for barely more than a century. That is nothing, not even a blink in the long story of our kind. Your body and brain are still running software written for the savannah, in a world that changed almost overnight. And so the instinct lives on, firing at shadows that can no longer hurt you. The child who needs a light left on, the adult who walks a little faster past a dark doorway, or feels the back of the neck prickle in an unlit basement. The strange, involuntary certainty, when the lights go out, that something is there. None of it is foolish, all of it is ancient. It is the ghost of a real and constant danger, still haunting a mind that has not yet caught up to how safe it has become. There is even something worth respecting in it. That fear is proof of just how long and how hard our ancestors fought to survive the night. Every human alive carries it, a shared inheritance from a time when the setting sun was the most dangerous moment of the day. It is not a weakness we failed to outgrow. It is a memory we were never meant to lose. And that long relationship with the dark did more than frighten us. It shaped us. Because a species that feared the night had to do something about it. The fear pulled us together, closer to the fire, closer to each other. Safety in the dark meant safety in numbers, and the long, frightening nights became the very hours when we bonded most tightly as a group. The dark gave us our stories too. Fear needs an explanation, and around the fire, our ancestors gave the darkness names and faces. The spirits, the monsters, the things beyond the light. Some of the oldest tales our kind ever told were born from staring into the black edge of the world and wondering what was out there. Our myths, our monsters, our love of a frightening story told in safety. All of it grew, in part, from the fear of the dark. So this small, quiet instinct you carry did far more than keep one ancestor alive on one night. It helped bind us into groups. It fed our imagination. It gave us the fire we gathered around, and the stories we told there. The fear of the dark is not just a scar from a dangerous past. It is one of the quiet forces that helped make us who we are. So the next time the lights go out and you feel that old, familiar flicker of unease, don't be embarrassed by it. Honor it. It is one of the oldest living things about you. It kept your ancestors close to the fire and close to each other through 100,000 dangerous nights. It is the reason they lived to become your ancestors at all. You are not afraid of the dark because you are weak. You are afraid of the dark because you are the child of survivors, of everyone who felt that fear, stayed near the light, and made it to morning. This is the story of how the night shaped us, and there is so much more of it to tell. Sit down at the oldest campfire on Earth, keep the dark at arm's length, and follow along. This is Emberkind.
If you made it all the way here, you're already one of us. Subscribe to Emberkind, leave a like, and I'll see you at the next fire.